Namaskara. Welcome to another episode of The Fit Hustlers. Thank you so much for the support and encouragement. Today we have a very special person. Well, we've had interviews and podcasts with trainers, with a lot of fitness experts. Today we have someone who's more important, who's talking about food, nutrition, diet. We have Miss Janaki Nagraj.
I'm a functional nutritionist. So, I've been here for a few years. So, this I entered into being a health coach after I saw my daughter go through a lot of health issues and regular conventional medicine in that she was not getting treated. So, I was looking for healthier or other alternative natural methods to cure her of her symptoms. So avaga, I encountered what is called as functional medicine, and when I went deeper into it, I got to know like functional medicine is all about finding the root cause of any disease or any symptoms that is happening to you. So avaginda ನನ್ನ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದಿ I became a functional nutritionist, and I've been practicing as a functional nutritionist for quite some time now. So that is about me.
Janaki, tell us about the difference between functional nutritionist and being a dietitian. Is it the same?
It is not really the same, but ಈಗ ಮುಂಚೆ ಆದರೆ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲಿ ಡೈಟಿಷಿಯನ್ ವುಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಯುವರ್ BMR and ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೈಟ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲರೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ they would divide the calories between 2 or 3 meals and everything. They really didn't look at the health aspect of it. Okay, so they would say you can eat a sandwich also, you can eat pani puri also, as long as you're staying in that calorie parameter adralli iro tanka anta. But functional nutrition nalli enagate, we look at the blood test first.
Okay,
so we see what is causing what issues in your body. So typically, just one example, if you want to take hemoglobin notira, you say okay, hemoglobin is normal or ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ. So that is not the only parameter to check your iron levels. So you have to get your iron test done, you have to get your ferritin test done. Iron low ಆದಾಗ thyroid low ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, thyroid low ಆದಾಗ insulin high ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. These are all connected to each other. So we look at it, what is causing what, why are you gaining weight or why are you losing weight. So when you correct these nutritional deficiencies, then you address the weight problem. So hagagi dietitians, they don't normally look at your health aspect of it. So they just prescribe iti tara madun, but that has been changed now. Okay, so most of the nutritionists, they are like learning about the gut microbes and how it impacts your health and everything. So nowadays it's not just about calorie counting or anything like that. It's more has to do with the health aspect of it. Nimge ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು, so that is all comes into functional nutrition.
Okay. In today's generation, there's a lot of stress when it comes to they need to look good, they need to look healthy, lose weight. There's so many things that that needs to be taken care of. So as a functional nutritionist, what would you recommend that everybody can follow and have a healthy lifestyle too?
Yeah, one thing, of course, the lifestyle is very stressful, especially given the work environment today. It's very stressful, and they don't have timings. Okay, so first it used to be like 9 to 5 job, or you would come home and do your own things and everything. So nowadays you're working 12 hours, 14 hours a day without a break. Like you will sit in front of your laptop and you're eating. So you're not even concentrating on your eating, what you're eating, and how well it is digested. So what you have to do is to take mindful breaks. Okay, so as far as possible, you try to wake up at the same time, you eat at the same time, and you sleep at the same time. So what people do is, they think that they will gain like half an hour more tomorrow if they finish off the project or the work at hand today. And they will miss out on the sleep today or miss out on the food or exercise, whatever it is. And, but it's a never ending cycle. Tomorrow something comes up and they are not able to do the same thing. It's easy for me to say that, like you have to work out for this much time, eat this kind of food and everything. But practically when it comes to like a person working in a software company where it is not possible, you at least mindfully take breaks where you are like, you have mobile apps today, you remind yourself to drink water every 1 hour. When you drink water, you get up and go and pee. So you're walking that much. So when you get up and walk, going to the bathroom, you stretch a little. Okay, so it's not necessary that you have to exercise. You stretch your body, like hands up, bend down, twist around a bit, so that you're giving your lymphatic a movement, okay, to drain away the toxins. So, and when you're eating, make sure that you're not working or looking at your laptop or phone or anything, and you are mindfully eating. Chewing becomes important. So most of the people today have gut issues not only because of sitting and working for a longer time, they are not concentrating on chewing. So when
They just swallow it.
swallow, I mean, like, like they have to finish the work, they have to finish eating in 10 or 15 minutes. You're just gulping down food. And what happens is when you're not chewing, the digestive enzymes are not produced. When the digestive enzymes are not produced, it's going to go into your stomach where there is no enough stomach acid to break down the food. And, like you see the food particles in your stools. And then that leads to, like acidity and everything. And to, bring down the acidity level, you are taking the antacids and everything, which again is not solving the issue. It's creating more problems. So it's just a vicious cycle. So what you have to do is be mindful when you're eating. And when you feel that you have time and you want to relax, you don't go and sleep, see a Netflix to unwind. You just go and sleep.
So true, because this generation, they are just on the couch with, they don't know what they're eating also, basically. Coming to mothers, I wanted to specifically ask you, as a mother of teenagers, I can say that they are very picky in eating and not nutrition enough in terms of, a healthy lifestyle, I can say. But they are very much sure of what they want and it's not what they need. So as a mother, how well can I ensure that my children are eating enough good nutritious food?
So the thing today is, they are bombarded with advertisements, and like even when you go out in a single street, you have multiple eateries, like be it a bakery, a restaurant, a ice cream parlor, cafe, everything in one single street. Okay, so even if you have eaten, when you walk down the road, when you smell it, you feel hungry.
True.
Today the food is engineered to make you eat more. Okay, so they add things. That is why you can't stop eating a particular brand of chips until it is over.
That's so true.
Yeah. So they add these things to make you eat more. So when the kids see the advertisement on the TV or on mobile, so they would want to do it also. They would want to eat it, taste it. And of course, it's with the peer pressure, everything, You can't control their environment, outside environment. But at home, we can replicate those, recipes and prepare at home. So today, if you see people who do keto diet, they eat everything, even the sweets and everything within their parameters of whatever the keto diet allows, The same thing with vegans. When you eat a vegan food, it's as tasty as what you can eat outside. So it's like, as a parent, you have to learn to make things at home which are more tastier. See, you have channels, videos, and everything up in Google, how to make food and how to make it tastier. So this is the little hacks where
you not blame the kids all the time. But,
because
take responsibility.
the kids learn from the parents. They see the parents what they are eating. So you have to be strict about yourself, where you are not indulging in something and asking them to behave. So that does not happen. So because they are seeing you all the time, so they follow what they see. So that is how when you create a healthy habit at home, they will be healthy. They also follow the same.
So well said. So Janaki, coming to keto diet and other types of diet, fruit diet, liquid diet, how healthy is this kind of like this entire thing that's happening when it comes to even social media? Everybody is talking about diet and cutting down on food. Is it dangerous to kind of follow this for a long time?
Yeah, sure. See, most of the people, when I say people, it's mostly women. Okay, because our body is run and dictated by the way our hormone works at every like what they say, like the threshold, like from being a teenager to like a womanhood and everything, our hormones are continuously changing. It changes through motherhood, then menopause, everything. So what women mostly think is, by cutting down on food, I'm going to reduce weight, which is very counterproductive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it is stressful to the body. No body is alike, and the hormones work the way they work. But the thing is, you have to understand what your body needs: nutrients. Okay, so by cutting off the nutrients, you're not going to reduce the weight. what happens is when you cut down on calories or when you cut down on nutrients, your body will go into the survival mode and it starts holding back more. I'm not getting food. I don't know where will I be getting the food, where my meal is coming. So let me hold on to this. So whatever things that has to happen properly in the cellular level is getting hampered. So it's kind of a domino effect, when something is deficient, when it is needed for a certain function and that function is not happening properly, it affects the system. It's like one organ to other organ and everything.
Maybe when you break down the calcium, protein, and other minerals in our body. So what you're saying is, if the body is not getting enough, or if the gut is not getting enough, it takes from the bones or
bones,
organs.
of course. The calcium, if it is not getting enough. See, for the calcium to be absorbed in the body, you have to have enough D3. You have to have enough magnesium. You have to have enough calcium, K2 and phosphorus also. Suppose you are getting calcium from the food. If you're deficient in D3, it's not being absorbed in the body, the calcium. Okay, and again, like if you have D3 also, if you have calcium, and if you don't have enough magnesium, again, it is not getting absorbed. So you have to look at all the aspects. Okay, blindly following, because liquid diet may work for you. Okay, fruit diet may work for you because your body is adapting to it. But it may not work for me because I'm built differently. My hormones are working differently. Without testing, without getting to know like what they are lacking or anything. Even when you go and get your blood test done, not everybody will get, we are not used to getting our blood test done just randomly.
True.
Right? So you should have certain symptoms or something, then only you will go and get your blood test done. But again, it's not fully done. Okay, so somebody does only the CBC panel, somebody do the liver panel, they do the total TSH, T3 and all those things. You won't get the full picture out of it. So people who do keto diet, they lose weight for some time. And I have many friends who have been on keto diet for a longer time because it is working for them and they have resolved their health issues because of the keto diet. Like that, no diet is perfect. It has to be like unique to you, individualized to you. You just can't say like, I've been to a kitty party, she is doing this,
so
I'm going to follow it, but it's not working for you. You keep on doing it and you're not eating enough also, and you're stressing about, I'm feeling hungry, what will I eat? I can't eat that because I'll put on weight. And then you start eating your like diet food, whatever it is, the stress builds up.
True.
Okay, and you're getting more nutrient deficient. So you have to investigate yourself. You have to see like what is working for you, what is not working for you. And you say, it is my mindset, I'm trying to be, consistent with not eating this, not eating that. But every time it doesn't work. It becomes counterproductive again when you force yourself not to eat something when your body is craving for it.
Absolutely, very well said. I think like you said, women do compare ourselves. She's doing, why don't I do it? She's finding results. Why am I not finding results? So there are a lot of things that goes in one's mind. Janaki, I see you as a very confident person, you being maybe 50 plus. First thing, not coloring your hair. That's like prominently seen. Also your skin. I see your skin, literally it's glowing. I mean, so what are the tips that you can tell people and women especially who are heading to 50s who lack confidence in how they look and also they age not so gracefully, I can say?
As women, we hold a lot of emotions in our body. Everybody holds their emotions in the body. But what happens is we repress them a lot more than the men do. That is why women have autoimmune diseases a lot more than the men have. Okay, men can have outbursts and everything, but I don't deny that, like men also repress their emotions. We at least, we cry out, we rant, and we talk to each other, the sisterhood and everything, and we release our emotions. But most of the time what happens is emotions are stored in the body, it doesn't get out. And that's also the reason that women don't lose weight, though they are doing everything physically correct, eating right, sleeping well, exercising, and all those things. So one more thing women have to do is do the strength training or the resistance training, which is very important for their muscle growth. The more muscle you have, the lesser fat you will get, and it's lesser of insulin resistance and all those things. It has its own good things happening, the more lymphatic drainage and all those things. So again, sleep is the foundation of it. So you have to sleep earlier than you are used to. Suppose 11 o'clock is your time, you have to sleep at least by 9:30, 10, and you should be able to get 7 to 8 hours of good sleep wake up early in the morning. When you wake up early in the morning, you have time to do a lot of things. When we prescribe, you have to have detox water, you have to have this, that, everything. And if you're always in a rush, you don't pay attention to what you're doing and you lose out on certain things. So when you talk to many people, they say it is easier to pop a pill than do all these things. Just taking a 2 or 5 minute time of their schedule seems impossible to them than popping a pill. Okay, so what happens when you pop a pill is that it has its side effects and it's going to create more disease in your body which you're not aware of. So that's the reason there is no cure for diabetes, and people say that diabetes is not reversible when it is 100% reversible. So it's all these small things, the what we say, ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮನೆ ಅಜ್ಜಿದು ಇದು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ದಾದಿ ನಾನಿಕೆ ನುಸ್ಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಂದಿ. ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, applying castor oil to your stomach, having castor oil internally, applying it on your eyes, applying it on your throat. So these are all going to give you good results. The castor oil is going to remove toxins from your body. Doing oil pulling in the morning, the first thing in the morning, it's going to keep you off your dental problems all through your life. You wouldn't have your cavities or dental pain or anything like that. And doing breathing exercises when you're stressed or before going to sleep is going to help you get good sleep also. But people are so into their mobiles and watching TV and unwinding in front of watching Netflix or anything. They are completely wired. The constant blue light which you get from your mobile or the laptop, it's not good for you. So they are going to create its own like EMF thing, electromagnetic frequencies are there which are disruptive in nature for your brain and for your general health. So as much as you minimize on these blue light thing, it is better for your health.
Thank you so much, Janaki. You added so much value.
Yeah.
There's so much knowledge, and there's so many things on YouTube and internet that's not true.
Yeah.
So I think people who are listening will understand why it is so important that we keep our bodies and mind fit.
Yeah.
Coming to diabetes, so there's so many things in terms of what should I eat, what should I not eat, how do I have a healthy lifestyle, even if there's a diabetic condition in the body. Coming specifically to diet, so what are your tips and advices on that?
So one is find the root cause of why the diabetes happened in the first place. There is always a root cause. Then address it. Unless it is a type 1, which is genetic, if it is a type 2 diabetes, it is completely reversible. It's again not just the eating, the lifestyle also. So you have to have a daily movement, and you have to, if you have nutritional deficiencies, you have to take supplements and then, get them to the normal level. When it comes to eating for diabetes, always we, as like a functional nutritionist, we advise you to take apple cider vinegar before a meal, 10 to 15 minutes before a meal, or you can have bitter gourd juice like a shot 20 minutes before, because that is going to increase the digestive enzymes in your stomach. So after having either ACV or the bitter gourd juice, you will be having vegetables first. So you will be starting with fiber. So it can be a salad, stir fry, or like sprouts or
just
anything.
Boiled vegetables,
raw vegetables, if your gut is allowing, because when people have gut issues, more fiber causes more irritation in the gut. So it is again dependent on your body. So start first with fiber, that is the vegetables. Then go to your proteins, like if you're a non-vegetarian, you can have your meat and all. Then you eat a little quantity of carbs or grains, whatever is prepared.
Coming specifically to carbohydrates, what about rice? Because as a yoga therapist, I advise my practitioners to cut down on rice. Is it the right method?
It's not really true. One thing you can do is, while cooking rice, you can add 1 tablespoon of ghee, which is going to drastically cut down on the starch and the carbs, not the carbs, but the starch which comes with the rice. Okay. So, and then the second thing to do is to eat leftover rice. So what happens is, you cook rice for the lunch, whatever is left over, you will keep it in the fridge. For the dinner, you remove it from the fridge, you reheat it and eat it. So it becomes resistant starch. So the resistant starch bypasses the small intestinal digestion.
Okay.
It goes directly to the large intestine. So it's kind of fermented because you have kept it for so long. So it is good for the gut, and it won't increase your sugar levels.
But
also,
what about nutrition value in the rice?
it is as good as millets. Okay, so millets have more fiber.
Yeah, millets.
Yeah, they have more fiber, but you can't say that they are less carbohydrate.
Okay.
They are a little more complex and denser carbs because of the fiber content. They will take a little more time to get digested than the rice. So,
but nutritional value, when you look at the nutritional value,
it's the millets, but both have their ups and downs.
Okay.
So both are grains. So if you have a gut issue along with diabetes, most of the people do have. So grains cause irritation in the gut. So
you mean the millets?
Any grain for that matter. So when it's a huge thing for vegetarians when you say that like please go off grains for at least a single meal. Okay,
off rice,
of every rice,
so
millets,
traumatic.
Everything, your rice, millets, quinoa.
I think ragi is really good. I mean, compared to all the grains.
Yeah, but again the carb load, it's like how your body synthesizes it. So even like if you're a diabetic for a longer time and if you're eating ragi, even a little bit of carbohydrates, not eating right again. So if you're a diabetic and if you're eating a fruit first, without adding anything to the fruit, it's going to spike your glucose level. True. Because it's a fructose. And likewise, if you think that juice is a better option, no, juice is just liquid sugar. Yeah, there's no fiber in it.
Fruit is good.
Fruit is good. If you're a diabetic, add cinnamon powder, add seeds, and go for a lesser GI fruit like watermelon or papaya. Yeah. Or pineapple, because pineapple and papaya, they have a lot of digestive enzymes, which is good for your stomach, gut, everything. So choose those which are in season also. Berries are good, strawberries, raspberries, we get them a lot. Blueberries also we are getting these days, but again, the berries have very thin skin, so you have to wash them really well so that the pesticides are, removed from that. So high sugar fruits you have to avoid if you are a diabetic. But if you want to eat also, you can eat it before the meal, just a cup of it, by sprinkling cinnamon and some seeds like pumpkin or flax or sesame seeds also. So that's good. Yeah.
I think that will work.
Yeah, so you eat it in order, like this order. First you go for the fiber, the vegetables, then go for your protein. Even if you're vegetarian, if you had made some sprouts or, pulses or dal and everything, then have a little bit of grain, like 1 cup. If you're used to eating like 2 cups of rice, you have to cut down it to 1 cup of rice and then include more of vegetables. Dals and other things to feel satiated.
Absolutely. Coming to sugar intake, there are so many celebrities and social media influencers who say sugar is a killer. But when you talk to people to cut down on sugar, of course, they'll have a lot of questions when it comes to, my parents didn't have anything like this, my grandparents didn't have any issues. Why is it now that people are getting awakened about sugar? It's not good, it's dangerous. And celebrities like Anushka Sharma, she recently said that she doesn't take sugar at all. It is a complete no.
Yeah. One is you have sugars in food, okay? So whatever you eat is converted into sugar. The thing is, we don't live in the past, we live now, where everything is genetically modified. They use a lot of chemicals. So that is not, suiting our body. That is what is causing the diseases. Added to that is the lifestyle and the food engineering part of it. So today, sugar is more destructive than what it used to be. Then people wouldn't eat sweets like what we do now. They didn't have desserts, like, in a day you just,
every day this
open
the meal with the dessert.
Open an app and you are like, you have a lot of choices, yes. And you can do it at any point of time. In the night you're feeling sad, you will order ice cream, you're feeling like, like celebrating, you're ordering something. True. So when we were kids, like going out was a luxury. Okay, even getting a breakfast from a hotel was a luxury. So I still remember, there would be sweets that was dedicated for festivals, that was dedicated for like death ceremonies. We would equally wait for both. Festival, you had certain kind of sweets. For the death ceremonies, you would have certain kinds of sweets, and nothing was available like this.
Today,
so it's like once you step out of the house, whether you feel like eating or not, the smell itself compels you to eat. So again, it is up to you to exercise that caution.
What does sugar intake do in terms of, okay, we understand that it gives you a high,
Yeah.
you'll feel energetic, obviously in a long run it might lead to diabetic condition, all that is fine.
Yeah.
But when you say it's attached to the mood,
Yeah.
see, eating a dessert or a chocolate or anything like that, it's all associated with how I'm feeling today.
Yeah, that is it.
Maybe
Yeah, the feel good factor of the sugar. So, see, if you want to eat sweet, anything sweet, Indian dessert or like cakes or pastries or anything like that, eat at the end of a meal. Okay, not at the beginning of a meal or not on its own as a snack, like in between lunch and dinner or as an evening snack. So, when you have already eaten, you have a buffer of the food in your stomach.
True.
So it's not going to spike your sugar levels. So it's about how you eat also. It's like what you eat, how you eat, how much you eat. So when you eat a sweet at the end of the meal, it's not spiking your sugar levels, and then you're getting the satisfaction of eating your sweet also if you have a sweet craving. So people, get away with saying like, my mother had a sweet tooth, my dad had a sweet. So I'm like that. So it's not like that, okay. So there is a saying like genetic loads the gun, but you're pulling the trigger. Your habits
Absolutely.
are pulling the trigger. So you should understand what worked then was good
Might
for
not
their,
work
yeah,
now.
it doesn't really work now at all. So the thing is, you have to understand natural sweeteners, natural sweets like honey is good to an extent, organic jaggery is good to an extent, palm sugar, but at the end of it, all the sugar molecules are the same. Yeah, so though the jaggery has its benefit, though the honey has its benefit, monk fruit is there, then I think you have maple syrup and all those things. So exercise caution again and eat it at the end of a meal, not as a snack on its own. Because when you eat, anything you eat is going to, increase the sugar level in the body. So when you eat a sweet or a fruit on its own, it's going to spike even more. So it's
Absolutely.
again like a cumulative deposit that is happening.
Yeah.
So
I think again, mindful eating.
mindful eating, and then like don't eat it alone. You like eat it with either nuts, like you are eating something before, so that the sugar spike has already happened, and you are eating the sweet on that. So the spike is not more. So
Absolutely.
yes, there is always a buffer there.
Buffer, yes.
Yeah.
Well said. Coming to organic food, there's so much hype, or it's just some kind of a marketing ploy that's happening in terms of, oh, this is organic. I am consuming organic jaggery, organic sugar, everything is organic. So the nutrition value doubles, and I don't have to worry about the weight gain. I mean, what do you think about the organic food?
Yeah, organic food. So the government has, banned certain use of certain pesticides, which are really harmful to the body. Organic doesn't mean it's 100% pesticide free, and only if you know the farmer who is growing it and who is like vouching for it, and they are certified that they are 100% organic farmers, then you can say that okay, fine, it's it is nutrient dense, but again, it's not 100% pesticide free. Okay, so they are using certain pesticides. But I also have a friend who has a farm and everything, who is into 100% organic farming. The thing is, you have to be very careful about the insects and the weeds and all those things that is happening there. But there is what is called as leaching from the other, farms or other plot of land where they are using chemicals, and that is through the water, through the ground level. It is leaching. So in India or probably anywhere, it's not 100% organic, but you can buy good organic products from the farmers market where they, directly. And it does have some, lot of benefits for that matter. Like when you wash a vegetable or a fruit, how it turns dark or how you can see the particles coming out of it. Even that will happen in the organic, but the organic is not, they don't look so good as,
As
genetically modified or commercially grown, because they are like packaged also. As you can see, there are wax on the apple and they are neatly labeled. So it's all going to happen. So you can't see that in the organic. They are more flavorful. They are only seasonal. You can't have them all the time like they were. And they have more, worms in them and all those things, because they are not sprayed. So they are not sprayed with pesticides.
True.
So it is really good, but again you have to be careful, because in India the branding takes a lot of care of it.
And
the
it's
packaging,
so highly priced.
Yeah, very highly priced. Not everybody can afford them. So what we as a practitioners, we recommend to our clients is like change one product at a time. You can't change everything. So change one product at a time. Even the home cleaning products which you use, they are heavily endocrine disruptors. You know, they disrupt your hormonal system a lot. The fragrances which they use, these chemicals, you know, the dishwashers, there's that, everything, and the makeup, the perfumes, everything, you know. So we suggest that you go for natural products if you want to. So that is how you do it in stages, not all together and overwhelm yourself.
Exactly.
And
Change
it should
the
be,
entire diet
yeah,
pattern,
and
it
it
can't be
should
an
be
overnight shift.
Yeah, and it should be economically feasible also. You know, not everybody can afford the luxury of all these things. It's, as a practitioner, it's easy for me to say, okay, you should get 8 hours sleep. What if they can't
Yeah, there's
afford
so
that?
many issues in
So
terms
many
of,
issues, so many
not
issues.
getting sleep.
Yeah, I know. So you will do best about what you like, whatever you have, the resources you have, and be mindful about how you're doing and what you're doing, and not giving in to your, you know, okay, let us see tomorrow. I'll be like this today. Let us start from tomorrow. Let's start from Monday. You do it Monday, and Monday you are overwhelmed. You can't do it. Then you give up. So don't give up. Keep on trying. Even one small habit, one small change, 1 hour of extra sleep, you know, everything has its own benefits. Yeah, so that is how you build up, one step at a time. So don't try to do all the things together. So if you plan to be healthy, if you want to go out, start with a walk, 10-minute walk, then slowly increase it to 15, 20, whatever. So if you want to go to a gym, start going with thrice a week, see how it goes, then increase the timing. So just like, you know, like lifting weights, you can't lift 10 kilos at a time. You have to, yeah, same thing. Even with your life, if you want to change it, you have to do one step at a time.
So very well said. Lastly, I would want to ask you, what is a balanced diet, especially for vegetarians and non-vegetarians? Okay, there's an issue with the protein intake.
Yeah.
Because as a vegetarian, many people told me that I can't lift weights, I can't do lot of physical activities as such compared to a non-vegetarian.
If you are into gymming and if you are lifting weights, the maximum you do as a vegetarian is take whey protein, probably BCAAs and extra amino acids and everything. But I don't think that is needed. I was taking only whey protein. I used to manage my diet with eating protein at home, you know, paneer and curds and everything. So it is again individualistic. Again, the needs, if you are like working out a lot, you need a little more protein than a sedentary person or a moderately working person. It is not to be hyped so much, like, you know, today the carnivore diet has taken a lot of importance and people are, you know, like screaming carnivore. No. Again, you use your own individual intelligence when it comes to your body, of what you want to eat, what is suiting your body, what is good for you, how much you can eat. Just because someone has told you that you have to eat 100 grams of protein and you're not feeling good about it, you're just, you know, having it for the sake of, you know, I want to look bulky, I want to do this, that, it's not going to work. Your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health, they are all in sync to each other. So you have to feel good, you have to look good. Look good in a sense, it doesn't mean like, you know, have to be a certain zero size and all those things, but you have to be healthy, you have to be fit, you have to be able to do things what you want to do at a particular age. So all these are into consideration. So, you know, like emotional health is the biggest thing. You know, they say that you hold your emotions, women mostly, as I said in the beginning, you hold it in your organs. So doing yoga, you know, wherever I say a person who is suffering with, you know, they're not feeling good about themselves, they have anxiety and everything, I tell them to start with yoga, because yoga is bending and, you know, stretching and holding a posture for certain time. When you hold a posture for certain time, the fascia in your system, that is where the emotions are there. So when you hold it, so you're letting it out, you know, letting it go. So the yoga has a lot of twists and turns and everything, you know. So that is good for your body, the whole system, you know, it's not just one individual part, it's the whole system that is working together. And also you include the breath work there, inhale, exhale, even while, you know, working. And then certain exercise, certain asanas, like where inversions, like, the Sarvanga asana, you're doing your bandhas naturally, which is happening. You don't have to do bandhas again. So it's all happening, you know. So, I mean, it's like a complete exercise. So you don't feel like, you know, many of the women are like a little older, like me, they feel very
first of all,
they feel very conscious going to a gym and working out. All the myths, you know, like I'm going to look bulky. But nowadays, when you see Instagram, you see old ladies
so amazing
in saris, lifting weights and everything. That has to change. That has to become mainstream. You know, they have to understand the importance of it. So walking has its benefits, strength training has its benefits, yoga has its benefits. So you can't just say this is good, this is bad. So just like keto
What
has
works?
benefits, vegan has benefits, paleo has benefits. So it all depends on the body, how you're responding to the change, and you have to maintain it.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm feeling so good, so confident about myself right now because I had this question in my mind as to, oh God, protein intake, and will I be able to lift and all that? But thank you so much, Janki.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. I think our viewers also
Yeah.
have, just enjoyed the session. I personally have had the best, session today with
Yeah.
Janaki Nagraj. She's added so much value, so much knowledge into this podcast. Thank you so much, Janaki.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you.